What's going on, everyone? Welcome to week 4 of the CGT. We're going up against JV this time, who is, honestly, I don't think this is that bold of a claim. Probably like the greatest personality in Wi-Fi Draft League right now. Probably the kindest person in the community, and genuinely, like, it's impossible not to love this man. So go check him out if you haven't. And go follow all the rest of the coaches in the description for the CGT, because the matches so far have been absolutely amazing. Spoilers for week 3, or just like every game that has happened thus far in the last 3 weeks, in the first 3 weeks of the season. We're number 1 seeded right now. We got 2 other people behind us who are undefeated. We got Dr. Slacking and we have Sven. Which I think is really exciting, because the board in terms of who is on top and who's in the middle is looking very different than it was last season. And I think that just goes to show that, like, every single coach can beat every single coach. The standings are super, super tight, but we're at the top. And we want to keep it that way, because we do not want to fall into this, like, mismatch of like anybody could win type, like the difference between seed 5 and seed 12 is like barely a game, and like we just want to make sure that we are squarely giving ourselves some cushion here. So getting a win here would be really, really nice, because it puts us in a situation where we only need 1 more to make playoffs. But I hate that mentality. We're going for the as far as we can go, as you know, as powerful as we can make it, like, type of season. I didn't come here to go 5-4 make playoffs. I came here to go undefeated and freaking win this thing, baby. So we're gonna go do that this week against Jay. Stick around for the team builder. All right, we are here for the team builder, and I'll be honest with you, I'll make this pretty quick, because I honestly just am. It's really hot here, and yeah, it's very hot. I can't. My memory is not very good right now because of how much I am sweating in this room right now. So if I miss things or if I stumble over my words, I apologize. But always, you can see Jay's team above my head, and then you can see the 6th we're bringing. I'm just going to point out a few things. On Jay's team, I think there's a few mons that are probably not going to come. Porygon and Karkle, and then I think Druddigan is pretty unlikely here. After that, I think the next least likely mons are Heracross and probably Alakazam, but those are in 2 separate tiers. And then I think Mudsdale, Vikavolt are pretty likely to come. I could see 1 of Corviknight and Milotic staying on the bench. And then Lycanroc is possible. But I think the 2 most possible mons, the 2 most, like, the mons that are pretty much guaranteed are Drapion and Lele. Anything else, if it doesn't come, I wouldn't be super surprised. I think there's about 8 mons he could work with, and a combination of 6, including Lele and Drapion, is kind of what I see as likely. But the way I'm thinking about this game is I think he has 2 modes. He can kind of do the slower, more defensive mode with sort of Milo, Corviknight, Vikavolt, Mudsdale. Corviknight doesn't even need to be on that build. It could just be like Vikavolt, Mudsdale, Milotic, Lycanroc, Drapion, Lele. Or he can go a little bit more offensive of a route with Psychic Spam. So, like, Lele, Zam, plus, like, the Mudsdale, plus, like, Webs, for example. So I think those are kind of 2 avenues that he could go, on top of the Lele Drapion for both of those worlds. And I'm prepared for both of them. So I'm pretty excited to see how I can do this game. I play it tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes. But let's go into the team that we're bringing. First, we're bringing a Scarf Aegislash. Never run a Scarf Aegislash before. A few people I was mocking said they never even seen it before, so that's pretty sick. But the idea with it is that I can come in on something like a Lele, and I can click Flash Cannon. If Corviknight and Milotic are either chipped or not there. And the reason I can click Flash Cannon there is because it means if Drapion comes in as the Ghost Resist, I can just 2-hit KO it and surprise him with the outspeed the 2nd turn to achieve the 2-hit KO. Choice Scarf is also very good to outspeed things like Lycanroc. I don't think there's a universe around Sucker Punch this game. And it's also good to revenge things like Guts Heracross, or even get the outspeed on stuff like Modest Zam could be good. But realistically, I'm just clicking those top 2 buttons. I'm getting them in against Lele pretty often. Hopefully I can get some nice chip on Drapion, but it's really a set that's just like meant to catch things off guard, and revenge mons like Lele and Lycanroc. So it's a good like mon to use in the late game here, and I'm gonna make sure I need to keep it alive as I need to be as diligent as possible about keeping it alive throughout the game because it is my avenue to winning. Next mon is Physically Defensive Finny. That's there to check Lycanroc because I was doing it in Mox and I didn't have Lele, and it put way too much pressure on Stunfisk, and then Lycanroc went off in the late game, or Drapion went off in the late game. So, hey. Surf, Moonblast, Nature's Madness, Taunt is the moveset. Dual Stab just hits everything here, but realistically I'm probably clicking Nature's Madness Taunt the most often because I want to break down that like Milotic as well as that Corviknight, so that stuff like that X-Blad that you can see and AG Slash can pop off in the late game. So it's just about breaking those walls down and making sure they can't click Recover by clicking Taunt. Next mon is NIHILEGO. NIHILEGO's matchup looks phenomenal here. His only rock resist is Mudsdale. This is what happens when your Steel type and your Fighting type both have a rock weakness attached to them as their secondary typing. I totally know the feeling because my rock resist last season was a Keldeo, so I would succumb to sets like this all the time. I'm just on the opposite side of it now. I'm looking at this team. There's no swap into this mon. The best he could do is have an AV or a Rindo Mudsdale, but that gets worn down super quick, so the best way to deal with this set for him is to deal with it offensively with stuff like Alakazam or Scarf Lele or Scarf Heracross or Lycanroc or setting up webs. But if he's not able to do those things and be able to go into those mons easily, then this should claim a kill every single time it comes in, insofar as Mudsdale is checked. So that is kind of the idea behind it. If Mudsdale doesn't come, this thing 100% claims a kill every single time it comes in. It's just, even though it could be revenged by a few things since I'm not the speed boosting set, and I was the speed boosting set for a while, I figured the damage output and the ability just to go for kills immediately was a lot better. So yeah, that's why we have it. Next mon is Crobat holding the eject button. Pretty cool item this week, and the reason we have it is to get initiative on things like Corviknight, things like Vikavolt, things like Mudsdale even. If you don't know, if you click U-turn on a Pokemon holding eject button, then you stay in and the Pokemon holding eject button switches out. So if I catch Corviknight on a U-turn, say Corviknight switches into Crobat, I click Brave Bird, I can click Brave Bird again or click Roost as he clicks U-turn, and then I get a slow swap in into anything that I want, say the Finny, say the AG Slash, say the NIHILEGO, say the X-Cloud, really anything can come in if I really wanted to. So that's great. And we have Defog there because sticky webs are a massive problem for me. I don't think Vikavolt is guaranteed, but I would also be very relieved if I did not see Vikavolt because webs going up creates an issue in the sense that it adds an extra condition for me to... It gives me another lose condition, if that makes sense. Like, win condition being when... what is your way to win? Lose condition being what is my way to lose. If webs stay up throughout the game, that is my way to lose. So I need to make sure I have Defog up because a lot of my strategies rely on getting that outspeed with NIHILEGO and Scarf AG Slash. So we want to make sure that we have Defog there, as well as the fact that I've seen like so many screen sets throughout Mox that having Defog is also really nice for that. Crobat's also great just for the outspeed for things like Zam, because I don't have anything else that outspeeds it. On this particular team, including Scarf AG Slash doesn't outspeed Timid, so hey. Only other thing to mention about this Crobat is that I'm probably going to lead it if I see Lele Zam. If I see the more bulkier team, I'll probably lead X-Cloud. But if I see the more fast-paced team, I want to go into Crobat instead of X-Cloud because I want to keep X-Cloud's health very healthy, very high to take at least one hit from something like a Lele. So if it ends up being the Lele Zam team, I'm probably going to be leading this. This is my lead if it's the bulkier team that Jay brings. It's Specs X-Cloud. It is disgusting. It hits extremely hard. I'm not going to lie to you all. I brought X-Cloud in, I'm pretty sure, every single original first draft of the team, and this is the only time thus far that it's stayed on the team. It actually was about to not be on the team. I took it off the team and then I put it back on the team. So it's always been in consideration every single week for me, but this is the week we're finally bringing it. I was originally Silk Scarf is what it is, but now I'm not. Now I'm just Specs. Click Boomburst whenever I want. Corviknight is 3 at KO'd. Lycanroc takes like 80%. If I'm feeling bold, I can click one of the super effective moves, but Boomburst is just pretty free. So that's great. The Spidef is meant to take at least one hit from Lele, at least one hit from Alakazam, and just do a shit ton of damage back and force some KOs, especially in the early game. If I can lead off the game 6-5, or just generally speaking take first blood, then it's going to put me in a situation where I can play the back and forth stack game and come out on top. So Xbot is meant to do that. It's meant to force kills early. And then last mon is Stunfisk. As much as this looks like a Stunfisk set that I brought in the past, its function is very different. I'm keeping it in the back until Drapion reveals itself. This is just my dedicated Drapion check. The crit, like, sniper set is way too powerful against my team. I can't afford to let this take chip, because if it just clicks agility, then I just lose, and that's why we need it, because we need to make sure we have a defensive check in the back. So even though I have Stealth Rock and Toxic, I'm clicking it. I'm probably just clicking Earth Power and Discharge, because this is just coming in on Drapion and trying to 1v1 it. So the idea is that if Drapion comes, this game is a 5v5 until Drapion comes out, and then Stunfisk will come out. I'm never switching it into anything else until Drapion is weakened, or dead, or not on the field, or wasn't brought, or whatever. Otherwise, I lose to Drapion, so I need this mon. So, hey, that's the team. Let's get into the game. Okay, we are here for our game against Jay. It's gonna be a scary one. My computer's already lagging quite a bit, so I'm hoping that no funny stuff is gonna happen. That is a very valid fear. But hopefully we'll be okay. Oh, my computer's lagging like crazy. Uh-oh. We'll be fine. We just have to be ready to put in the 6, and that's what's going to be really important. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Everything's fine. Alright, we will see what Jay ends up bringing to this game. Good luck, have fun to him. He definitely wants to get a win like this. Okay, so we got the Drapion, we got the Lele, we have the Alakazam, which makes sense. We got the Vikavolt. We got the Corviknight, which is interesting. And we have the Mudsdale. Versus this team, I believe what we wanted to do is actually lead Crobat instead of Exploud, because Zam is here. Reason being that it covers most things, which is great. Which is really great. So we'll lead that. I think that that's probably the best option. Him not having Milo is nice. Finny's gonna get to click a button pretty freely. But I'm gonna have to make sure I keep Exploud around just for like one Boom Burst hit. I'm a little afraid of screens Corviknight into the Drapion. Him having the Drapion first already tells me it's gonna be some like offensive set. So it's just gonna be important about being mindful about that. But yeah, good luck, have fun to Jay. Since the Corviknight came, my thought process is, you know, leading Exploud also struggles on that front of things. This could be much worse. Who knows? We'll see. No Lycanroc is awesome, because that frees up Finny a ton. Ice Cream. Zam? Zam. Okay. I should be EV'd to live 1 Scarf Psychic. So I think I should just be able to U-turn here. I could see him going hard into Mudsdale or Corviknight, either of which is totally fine with me. Wow, this is actually terrible. My calc is lagging so hard right now, and I like cannot do anything about it. Okay, actually, since Jay is streaming, I'm gonna stop streaming because and my computer's going crazy. I was streaming in Prop City, and there's just like no universe that I can do that. He stays in. Am I afraid of a counter here? It's possible. This would cover for counter. I can afford to do this once. If I lose this, it's bad though. Like, really bad. but I don't think I can let anything else go. Well, Life Orb, Alakazam, Shadow Ball ever take me out? It shouldn't. So I can afford to do this once, because it covers the counter. Psychic, that's fine. 37 to 101. Yeah, now my calc's doing a lot better. So that did 36, which tells me it's not Life Orb. And it's actually probably Modest. It is Modest, actually. It's confirmed Modest, which is interesting. I could Sneak here, but I think I'm actually just going to double into Soundgarden. Him staying in here means that he outspeeds, which is fine. He probably goes for Shadow Ball here. Yes, he does. I can go for a Fire move. It's unresisted, and it covers the Corviknight coming in, which I actually really like. Yeah, why not? It's interesting, he's just using this to stay in early, it seems. Focus Blast, he's gonna miss. I was EV'd to live one of those, I believe. But that also is a bit of good fortune, so. I didn't think Focus Blast would come. Focus Blast versus X-Cloud. Oh, Modest actually might have done it. That might have been lucky on my part. That might have been really lucky on my part, actually. Yeah, I didn't think he would have that. Alright, so I'm getting lucky pretty early on. That's... I played that opening sequence like garbage and got rewarded, so whatever. But also not whatever, like, also, like, I feel bad, so. We'll see what he goes into here. But yeah, that Focus Blast missing sucked ass. Lucky for me, and not good for him. This comes in. Pressure. Okay, even if he's Weakness Policy, I think I'm okay. Because I can just go into Finny afterwards. Oh my god. Okay, he's Light Screen. I'm gonna go into Crobat here on what I expect is a U-turn, and if it's not, I can defog these away. I think he's trying to win with Drapion already, which makes total sense. But yeah, this is Light Screen. If we see U-turn, we'll get an eject button off. We do, so that's awesome. The question then becomes, what do we want to go into? Since Light Screen is up, it doesn't make too much sense to go into much. We can go into Fiddy and click Nature's Badness. U-turn, Light Screen, Roost, U-turn. That would make sense. Yeah, I think let's go into Finny, since Finny's expendable here. And we're just gonna click Surf, Taunt. Let's click Taunt. In case he goes hard Drapion here. Stops him from clicking Swords Dance or anything of the sort. I want to see if X-Cloud lives one hit from U-turn. U-turn, that's fine. I want to see if X-Cloud lives one hit from Dreamio. +1. Alright, +2 rather. They do. So I would have to get lucky, but I do live it. Oh. Okay. That's fine. I think. Yeah, this is okay. I'm gonna go AG and then go into X-Cloud. Can I afford to do this? Yes, I can afford to do this. I don't think you should ever raw Shadow Ball me. He Nature's Madness is himself. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go back into Cleopatra here and reset the terrain. I'm playing this game very badly, like super badly. But hey, we'll figure it out. I need to see how many light screen turns there are. Thankfully, because there's no priority on this team, like, my health doesn't matter too much. And I think my play is actually just going to be to click Nature's Madness here, to be honest with you. Shadow Balls. You could see Sub come out here, but Nature's Madness will always break it. He just Nature's Madnesses again. We're just trading blows at this point. Okay. How many turns of screens do we have left? 2. So even if he subs here, I should break the next one. Moonblast. 83 down to 14. He's gonna lower my stat, which is annoying. Do I need this mod? I really don't. Like, I really, since Lycanroc's not around, I feel like I just don't. It's not very useful. Could I go X-Cloud here? I could, but like saving health on it seems kind of nice. Psychic seems like a throw. Just gonna let this go down. See Moonblast come off. Could have gone AG. Don't care. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go AG slash and click Shadow Ball or Flash Cannon. Well, I don't want to let what's its name in, so I think I'm gonna go into U actually and click. No, I'm gonna go into U and click Brave Bird. It's unresisted, and if Mudsteel comes in, that gives me chip for NIHILEGO. Finny going down early wasn't part of the plan, but because Lycanroc's not here, it feels fine. To me, at least. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Off. What is off? Likeable. That's fine. So we'll see how much Braybird is doing. He's being an important calc. That did so little. My HP bar is like not here for some reason too. This game is a total disaster. Okay, this is physically defensive. I'm gonna click U-turn Lele's at about 35%. Corviknight's at about 40%. I'm gonna go into Fishbowl now. He webs. I could Grass Knot here. Covering Mudstill coming in. Which I think I'll do. If he goes Corv, I could just attack right after. Webs going up is not fun though. Yeah, he's gonna swap, but it's a question of is he sacking Corviknight? No, he's not. Okay. So how much is this doing? He's not Rindo. Cool. Okay. Very cool. Ugh. That was so lucky. Well now another will definitely KO. Yeah. I just go for it. And honestly, NIHILEGO might just win at this point because of that. Maybe. Ugh. Maybe. It's hard to say. Because I'm going to get the special attack boost here. It could be Scarf Drapion. Do I cover for Scarf Drapion? I feel like it just makes my life so much harder if I do. I have no reason to. Scarf Drapion just makes so little sense this game. Plus, he got webs up, so I just think... I don't know. I'm curious if Grass Knot did to a KO. Mudsdale. I mean, the thing that like feels better is that I haven't had to use Explode yet, but I mean, still it being alive is like good to think about, I suppose. So he wasn't Rindo Berry, and it did about like 70% on a crit, which definitely means it was max Fidel. So let's say it like didn't. Let's just, for the sake of argument, say that, yeah, it was always a 2 at KO is the thing. So it's like, that didn't necessarily matter, but it was nice. Yeah. NIHILEGO's gonna pick up a lot of kills here, baby. A ton of kills, actually. It's massive. I think at this point I can just click Power Gem. Just full body, the Drapion. Let's say you're max HP. It's +2 Power Gem, gonna KO. Yes. Most of the time. Do I just Meteor Beam in case? What's in the back right now? Vika Lele, which I should just win with AG Slash after chipping this, so I can Power Jump here. Just to not miss. I think that covers all bases. Yeah, man, I crit. Wow! Oh my god. I'm so sorry, Jay. I don't know if I've ever gotten as lucky as I have this game. I mean, it depends on his set. Like, if he wasn't max HP, then he wasn't max HP. But, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm beating myself up too much for this, because it does look off preview that the fact that he let Explode go, or rather, the fact that he was willing to let Zam go versus the Explode, which I could have been Chopple, I could have been something else, could have been AV. The fact he was willing to let it go meant in hindsight now that NIHILEGO outsped the whole team. So, you know, it's just one of those things where it just worked out how it did. I wonder if he had killed me with Focus Blast, if the game just would have been the same, because I could have just gone into Crobat and clicked U-turn. But I don't know. Really sorry about that, Jay. Hopefully the season turns around for you. You're a great guy, and I love you so much because you're the greatest. But yeah, that's it. That puts us at 4-0 with a 5-0 win. That should put us at the top of the league, I'm pretty sure. I mean, by the looks of it, there's 3 other people right now who are 3-0, being Matt, Sven, and no, it's just Matt and Sven and me, who are 3-0 heading into this week. So, if Matt loses to Bepsis or Sven loses to Bruno, we're the only undefeated left. But I think now that we're plus 14 differential, and they're both plus 7, yeah, they can't catch me. So we're gonna stay on top of the leaderboard this week, which is awesome. Yeah, good game against DJ. Sorry about all the RNG, that sucked ass, and Xbox should have been dead. It should have been a lot lower differential, but that's what happens when you're relying on Focus Blast, I guess. Alright. Bye, everyone.